Yo fam, what's going on? Strat here from Strategic Audio, back again with another music production video. Today it's going to be very simple. I'm just going to be taking you through a beat that I made, nice, chill, soulful beat, you know how I usually do. But I'm also going to be talking a little bit about this debate, this music theory, yes or no, is it good or bad, that kind of debate. So if you like this type of content, don't forget to click the subscribe button, click like on the video if you do like the content. It all really helps push the videos up or down the algorithm depending on if you like or dislike. But anyway, enough of that. We're playing in the key of E minor today. Like I said, it's something chill, 77 BPM, nice and slow, kind of reminiscent of some of that vintage soul stuff. Alright, let's get into it. So as you've been seeing, I've been going along making these melodies and I really think it's going well. But I just wanted to interject here for a minute just to weigh in on this whole music theory, yes or no, do producers need music theory, that kind of question. Well, to answer the question very simply, do producers need music theory? The answer in these times is no, because there are so many tools that you can use now that can kind of compensate for your lack of music theory knowledge. So, and I choose my words carefully, is it a necessity? No. However, does it help to enhance your efficiency and your ability to understand at a fundamental level what you're doing? Yes, it does. I chose to learn music theory on a fundamental level and to some extent at intermediate level because I wanted to play the keys. I wanted to come up with original compositions so I wouldn't have to sample and face, copyright issues. Plus, I'm kind of an old school guy, so there is this big part of me that feels you have to kind of build things from scratch. As a rap artist, I write my own lyrics. So as a music producer, I produce everything from scratch. That's just the ethos that I grew up with. And for me, it's simple. The benefits of learning music theory go way beyond just the ability to play keys and play a little bit of guitar and bass and whatnot. On a fundamental level, it helps you to understand what you're doing a bit better, a lot better in my opinion. Even if you're using samples and you know the various scales, you know what works with what, you know how to build chord progressions, it changes the way you listen and understand a piece of music. It changes the way you conceptualize the drums that you're going to use to put on that piece of music. It even changes the way you conceptualize the patterns and the cadences and the rhythms that you're going to use, because all of that is part of music theory. One very basic example is understanding the major and minor scales and the formula that you can use to figure out any major or minor scale. Learning that formula or the pattern of how the scale is constructed, it means that you can start from any root on the keyboard and build a major or a minor scale, and then use that to build your chord progressions, your melodies, and so on and so forth. And when you know that by heart, when you know that as second nature, like breathing, everything just comes so much easier. You don't have to, there's no big set of preparation or thinking hard about what to do next. Even with using samples, if I get a sample and I can identify what key it's in and I want to chop it up and then add melodies, it's really simple. I understand what key it's in, I chop it up to a particular rhythm, put my drums, and then once I know it's in C minor or B flat or whatever, I can simply just add a piece of guitar or some keys on top, some strings, and then that's it. That's the beat can be finished in 30 minutes or less. Also, another thing about understanding music theory, it really opens up your horizons. You know, if you know it to a good enough extent, you can actually have more economic opportunities, more income earning opportunities. You could be a part of a band where you can play the keys or the guitar or whatever. If you're good enough, you can actually teach it to others. No matter what level you are, if you know enough of something, you can teach it to people who do not know that thing. So, I mean, you don't have to become a super music theory virtuoso, you know, and know every piece of sheet music that Beethoven ever wrote. You don't have to get to that level. You can do YouTube tutorials. You can do little shorts on Instagram, all centered around music theory, because it's something that you know that a lot of people don't. So there are probably a dozen other reasons or so I could think of, but for me, the main thing is how much it enhances your ability to be more efficient at making music, whether you're sampling or starting from scratch. If you have the talent to start from scratch with a nice set of piano keys or Rhodes or just a guitar, that knowledge enhances your ability to expand your income generating opportunities. You can make samples and loops that other producers will probably buy from you if you're good enough. So as a producer in these times, especially with all the bits of software and other things that can help you make beats better and faster, do you need music theory? No. Is music theory very, very, very nice to have because it opens up your options and gives you a deeper understanding of what you're doing? Yes, and I would encourage anybody to learn at least a little bit of it. It really does help. All right, let's move on and finish up this beat. Probably only have a few more things left to show you. Alright, so that's it, family. I hope you enjoyed the beat. I hope you liked the little bits and pieces I had to say about music theory and why I think it's a good thing to have. It's not a necessity, but it's a good thing to have. And thank you so much for even watching. Thank you so much for liking and subscribing, if indeed that is what you've done. Drop a comment below and let me know what you think of the composition. And now it's time to sign off and say peace. I'll see you in the next video. Now, I'm going to play for you the fully mixed and mastered beat. I hope you're really feeling it. Anyway, see you next time.